Salve. In this video, we're going to learn about substantives, also referred to as substantive adjectives. We've already learned that adjectives modify or describe nouns. A substantive is an adjective that doesn't modify any noun that is specifically in the sentence, but instead modifies something that's implied by the context. We do this in English as well, so let's see an example. This is a poem called The New Colossus by Emma Lazarus, still famous today because it's displayed at the Statue of Liberty. The most famous portion of it is this: "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." We're going to focus on that part, specifically these two words, tired and poor. Tired and poor are adjectives, but what do they describe? Well, nothing. This really means, give me your tired people, your poor people. The word people is implied by the context, so it's not really needed in the sentence, and frankly, it wouldn't be nearly as good of a poem if the author had included the word people. So it's omitted, but we still understand what this means. Okay, another example. Let's use the phrase, out with the old and in with the new. Again, old and new are adjectives, but they don't describe anything in the sentence. It's implied that we're talking about old and new things, but again, saying out with the old things and in with the new things wouldn't be as catchy. In Latin, substantives are used much more often than they are in English. That's because of something that we covered in the previous video, which is noun and adjective agreement. As we covered before, nouns and adjectives will always agree in case, number, and gender. So in the previous video, we saw this example. We are taking care of the little boys. Little is an adjective describing boys, so it needs to be the same case, number, and gender as boys. Since boys is a direct object and needs to be accusative, the resulting Latin sentence is pueros parvos curamus. Both the noun and the adjective are accusative plural masculine. Because adjectives always have a case, number, and gender, we can determine a lot about the sentence just by looking at the adjective. Here's an example. Let's say we have this Latin sentence, Feminae multae in opido habitant. Many women live in the town. Multae is an adjective describing feminae, so it has the same case, number, and gender as feminae, that being nominative, plural, feminine. However, there is a word in the sentence that could be eliminated completely without changing the meaning. That would be feminae. Since the word multi is already nominative, plural, feminine, we already know that it's describing multiple people who are female, so we don't actually need the word feminae to complete the sentence. So instead, in Latin, we could just say, multae in opido habitant, and it would mean the same thing. Many women live in the town. If we change the adjective to masculine and had multi in opido habitant, we could translate that as many men live in the town. Or perhaps even more likely is this: many people live in the town. In Latin, an adjective describing a group of people that includes both men and women will generally be masculine. Okay, another example. Bonas laudamus. Bonas is the adjective, and it's accusative, plural, feminine. Nothing else in the sentence is accusative, plural, feminine, so the adjective is a substantive, and we'll need to add something. Since it's plural and feminine, we can add the word women when translating it. So it means, we praise the good women. Another example. Miseros ad juvo. Miseros is accusative, plural, masculine, so we need to add the word men or people when translating it. And this sentence means, I am helping the poor people. All right, let's try this one. Multa portant. Multa is an adjective. It could be nominative singular feminine, but that won't work with a plural verb, so that's obviously not it. Therefore, multa has to be a neuter plural form. Since it's neuter plural, we can add things to the translation. It makes more sense for this to be an accusative than a nominative. That really wouldn't work. So the translation is, they are carrying many things. Here are a few more examples that are similar to the ones that we just saw previously. Each of these sentences has an adjective that doesn't describe anything else in the sentence, i.e. a substantive. So just remember, when you're dealing with a substantive, first figure out the case, number, and gender of the word, and then add something like men, women, people, or things to make it work in English to finish the sentence. So for these examples, we get many women are working, he is helping many people, and we are preparing many things. Okay, that's it for substantives. Let me know if you have any questions. Wale.